off, I grabbed some basics because first step is cleaning. So I'm gonna use clay bar. This is just a water spray bottle, isopropyl alcohol, and just a rag. Being that I'm just kind of practicing, I'm not really taking it 100% seriously, but it does help for a better finish. So here we go. Last but not least, I'm going to do a quick tack cloth. I've tried to kind of watch and learn, see what Johnny and Daniel have been doing while they've been wrapping, and how I'm going to approach this is, peel off the backing paper. I'm going to basically try to glass the panel, but just making sure everything just lays nice, and then I'll probably run that line. That's the furthest out point. Probably work my way up into that area and see how it goes. Okay, I am kind of having a little bit of trouble glassing it. I feel like I'm kind of screwing up in some way. I don't really know for sure yet, but I'm really just reading the material, and I know a lot of other people say that and they're working with vinyl. I don't really fully grasp it yet. It's like doing the opposite of where you see the wrinkles, like this spot here. Because it's that way, I want to like make that flat. That's basically like the idea behind it, I guess. I would pull from like here, not really pull, just make sure there's no tension left. Just pull this back a little bit if I can. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, see, that's not as bad. So now I've actually been able to shoot that panel a lot better than I originally thought I had. So if I can get that out. Seems like I kind of just rushed into that one there. This is also with no heat. I really don't know if I'm doing it the right way at all, but it seems like I can do most of this. Okay. Seems like I can just kind of do that. That seems like that's not too bad. I am a little bit worried about this section. I don't exactly know what my approach should be here. I'm guessing that it's, just a lot of going that way to make that, flat. So that would be reading the material, I guess. So I'm gonna do that and see if I can just get it to lay down, maybe? Seems like I have some kind of weird tension here. But it seems like it kind of figured itself out there. So that was a little bit of pulling. It wasn't to the point where I was like actually stretching it. It was more so just getting it so it, got rid of that wrinkle. And I think at that point I'm all right. I think. Don't quote me on any of this, please. Wow, okay. Right now this is all just bridged, so I don't really know. I mean, technically, I would want to make sure that we get like full coverage, so I believe I would be cutting in between here. But this is like a major bridge. It is all laid down, so that's good. And I was able to actually get all of it back in there. So kind of happy with that. I really just started by putting this line across and then working all this up. This is a really, really small piece, but that was interesting to kind of learn that. Obviously we have like little stuff here. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. And I don't know if this is what's known as adhesive lines or if this is just from me pushing it down before I actually, and it made that wrinkle and then I pulled it back up. Oh, my hands are really dirty. Okay, yeah, I won't do that. And now comes the more interesting part because there's kind of a lot of complex bends here. It's not really that complex at all compared to other Fenders, but to me, you know, any little bend and curve is definitely something. So I'm gonna keep reading the material and see what I can do by just basically glassing it and just pulling things to make it sit and then hopefully pushing it down. Again, I don't know exactly if I'm doing it the right way. If anyone wants to chime in and tell me which parts I'm messing up on, that'd be helpful because I am practicing and I want to get better, so let me know. I'm gonna see if I can just do this and see how much I can get down before. Ooh, there's a lot of air pockets here. Ooh, that's not good. I feel like that one's gonna end up showing a line like it did up there. I'm gonna pick it back up and kind of use my hand under the vinyl and pop it up and try not to get kind of finger marks because I don't want it to. Yeah, there we go. There, so I got it actually all the way down to the edge there. Wow, okay, so not bad. Oh, that just went right away. That's crazy. Just different angles, you end up seeing where you have more air left over and less in some places. That's the edge of the mud guard. Cool. Okay, at this point, I'm gonna trim this. But wow, I'm actually pretty surprised. Now I just need to find the all-elusive blade. I just need, I mean, this is really bad, but, so I'm just gonna not cut my stuff. Okay, so something I'm running into is the material wants to basically fold on itself on the edge. It's kind of going like that and making a pinch all the way around for some reason. I don't know why exactly, but I am pulling it back up and then trying to just set it there. So we'll see if that actually stays. Okay, so something I'm going to do here is something that it took me a little bit to realize what was actually happening. It's basically cutting, but you're not cutting on the paint. You're actually just cutting in between. So see where the fender and the bumper match up? Literally just cutting in between there. So you should be just cutting material and air. It should just be going through and you shouldn't be touching either side really. I haven't done this before, so I'm gonna puncture in here. Okay, yeah, and so that literally just glided through. And it does not look like I actually did anything to my paint. I really don't know what I'm doing with corners. I'm just gonna kind of push this down for now. If anybody wants to give tips on corners, a couple people show me like 10 times and I can never remember what it is. So I'm just gonna take the squeegee and just kind of tuck things down for now. I do believe the next step would be to post heat this, but being that I'm not keeping it, probably won't. So now I'm gonna do the same thing here. Actually, I'm gonna give myself a good amount outside here. So as you can see, I cut really far inside, at least I thought I did, but even that, just because of this bend going in, right here, it barely makes it, and you actually do have body color showing. So if I was actually to be like taking this seriously and wanted it to turn out good, I would actually hate that that's there. So that's good to know for when cutting this area, to actually give yourself even more excess. So I'm just gonna push this down. Again, that negative space between where there's nothing. Now again, corners, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna push it around for right now. I know that is not gonna be the best look, but I feel like I should have heated that to make it so it stays, because it's really just kind of pushed in there right now. Yeah, I think something to note when I actually do this, I would have the headlights out so I can be able to make better cuts and not worry about messing up the headlight. That's for sure, because that's a pretty nasty jagged cut. That also has to do with the blade not being, you know, the best, I guess. That looks pretty gross in there, so good to know. Probably end up next time I do this to not have the headlights in there. So now let's cut all this and just again run this right in between in the negative space and try not to hit any paint here. Definitely cut way too short up here. So all that right there, that's all body color, so I definitely went way too close on this side. Okay, as for this part, it looks like I just have a little garnish here. Let me just see if I can tuck it. Huh, okay. Very cool. So that's all just kind of tucked in there for now. I'm gonna give myself more than I need here, so I don't mess up the same way I did before. Crazy that I never knew that that was just like a little rubber garnish. I definitely thought it was more plasticky. Again, corner, no clue what I'm doing there. You know what, I'm just going to cut in the space and just send it for now, because I really don't know what I'm doing. And right now I don't want to risk cutting my paint while I'm practicing, so there's that. Okay, so again, cut way short. So I cut short again on this inner side piece, and so that's happening more and more, and I'm assuming that really the only way to actually get that to not happen so much is, you know, cut way out here and then try to make it work. That's kind of sketchy, especially with like a dull-ish blade to me, and so I'm assuming that the better way to have done this would have been to actually remove the fender, because then you're actually able to get as much as you need all on the sides and tuck in. But again, just practicing. So this is actually a really interesting thing that I never really thought of until just now. The cutting part is actually, to me right now, the more difficult part than actually wrapping. The wrapping part seemed to actually be fairly easy in comparison to all the issues I'm having with cutting. At least cutting the right amount off and getting full coverage. Now I'm just onto this last part, and as I said, I did keep the mud flap on because I didn't really think I was actually going to get that far, but I did. So now I'm just going to kind of MacGyver this. Obviously, it takes a couple screws to get the mud flap off, but I really don't want to even worry about it. Oh wow, so interesting thing I just found out. The fender actually goes all the way down to this kind of rough, like that's just how the car comes, interestingly enough. It's just kind of rough down on the lower part, and the fender actually goes all the way down and under, and there's no brake, or there is a brake. There's no brake. So that's all part of it. So I'm just gonna wrap down here. Alright, so that's all off. Okay, so that was absolutely god-awful. I wish I took more time on that cut, because that was pretty horrible. Because that just ruined that. That's pretty gross. So, yeah, I just take stuff off. Obviously, I'm just practicing, but that just looks horrible. So one thing to note that I actually forgot to do, which I really should have done, is clean the inner side. And so I completely blanked on that and didn't do that. So kind of failed there, because that is really what makes, you know, the vinyl stick there. And if you're already this far and you didn't clean it, then you're kind of screwed, because it's just going to come up. Finished product. For now, obviously, this cut is absolutely horrible, but yeah, just please don't look at that. Otherwise, oh, I didn't even tuck this. Didn't actually end up using any heat. But I'm actually kind of blown away, because that was actually easier than I thought it was going to be. Shout out to Johnny and Daniel for always, you know, just letting me stand by when they wrap stuff, because that definitely kind of helped give me a better idea of what I was doing. But obviously there's still things that I have no idea, especially corners. So if anybody wants to help me out with that, please leave a comment, because struggling, it does not look good. I hope this actually kind of helped anybody that's been looking to wrap, and I think it only took about 25 minutes, I think, total. If you've never wrapped before and you want to wrap, I definitely recommend this. This is, you know, just doing a fender, and this was basically, I got super lucky. There was some scrap material that was actually going to get thrown away because there was a ton of creases in it, but it worked out to where I could practice doing a fender. So shout out to Premium. And if you want any premium products, headlight tint, taillight tint, or certain overlays for your car, window trim, chrome deletes, anything like that, go to the website premiumoutofsilent.com. And you can also find pretty much a whole bunch of wrap stuff if you guys are interested in that. But yeah, so shout out Premium. This was my first ever kind of just trying to do something myself with vinyl, other than the overlays that I've created myself in the past. Unfortunately, I didn't really record those. But yeah, I hope this helped some of you. If it did, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. And let me know if you want to see me try other stuff, I guess.